Okay, I'm going to try and come in from behind here. Nice. Oh, 96 to the head. Okay, that is perfect. Now, we've got to realize, by the way, in these kinds of challenges, every single little bit of damage helps in these early fights. Because anytime I can reduce the amount of hits that my units are taking, the better. That is pretty much it. Hello and welcome back to Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. This time around we're going to be doing a challenge. An Ironman challenge, hardcore challenge, or one life challenge. Dependent on what you want to call it, that's what we're going to be doing. And I'm playing without any mods whatsoever. This is completely unmodded and we're going to see how I do. Now, I've taken a look at bannerlordperks.com and a lot of the skill trees are 80-90% completely fleshed out, which I gotta say is extremely exciting to see, because it's been a long time since I've been waiting for these ranged skill trees to be implemented. And I know a lot of people actually did say that they wanted to see Aserai and Empire factions. So I'm actually going to be playing with the Aserai. I think I'm mostly going to be using their units, but obviously it very much depends. The main goal of an Ironman challenge is to survive. And that means anytime my character gets to 0 HP, that is a failure of the challenge, and that is a game over. Do bear in mind, however, that dependent on how far we get, or whether I die in the first bandit fight that we have, which is highly likely, we might very well then just create another character and continue onward. It very much depends on how exciting that is actually going to turn out to be in the end. So generally that's what I'll try to do, but we'll see what happens. I'll leave it up to some of you, to be honest. I'll leave it up to you, and we'll see if maybe we need to do that, or maybe we won't. It really depends. I don't know. Now, in terms of character creation, I'm not going to min-max this at all. I'm literally going to select completely randomly here. I'm just going to click randomly. I'm not going to do anything special or anything like that. I'm just going to select whatever. I have no idea what I've selected. I have no idea what kind of skills I have. And if it turns out that I have selected some bad skills, then so be it. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. I will not be min-maxing my character in this series, at least in the character creation, shall we say, because min-maxing can be extremely lucrative, and if you do it, then more power to you, of course. But for the maximum amount of difficulty, especially considering I'm not using any mods, I'm not playing on lower difficulty settings or anything like that, I am purely going in as probably one of the hardest ways that you can play the game, and we're going to see how we do, because obviously some mods do make the game a little easier in regards to quality of life improvements and being able to make a little bit of extra cash from workshops and tournaments and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's just how it is, you know. It's nice to have those effects, just in case you're not someone that really relishes an extreme difficulty. But this is indeed a pretty extreme difficulty. So we're going to be playing with this kind of banner. This, in my opinion, is a pretty cool looking banner. It's got a wonderful contrast to it, and that is it. Now, we are starting in Empire territory. I did say that a number of people wanted to see an Empire or Aserai focused playthrough, so I'm not entirely sure what's really going to happen with that, to be honest. It could be that I will end up recruiting some Empire units initially, just so that I can get a small force together. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a look at my inventory real fast. Okay, so I have some thrown weapons initially, and I also have a mace, which could be used to take prisoners. I have no shields, which is obviously fine, but I do have a decent horse with some pretty okay armor, actually. And what's this? What is this little button here? Oh, I see. I am now playing as the horse. Yes, anyway, it just switches around the player character and the horse so you can actually get to see the armor a little bit closer up. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, yeah, bear in mind that I am playing on game version 1.5.4, which is the beta version. It's the latest version that you can currently play with. And now this might be a little bit difficult. This might be a little bit difficult, but we're going to try it nevertheless, because this is going to be a good test of our skill. Now, as I've said, anytime we may indeed suffer a fatal blow, that might not be the end of the series. It really just depends on how far we get, because if I get to a certain point where it is just absolutely ludicrous that I died, because let's face it, I could die against these guys. Oh, get this guy. No. Okay, you know what? Got a thrown weapon. Get him. Oh, in the chest. Straight in the chest right there. There, he's dead. He's dead. Fantastic. All right, then let's see if we can do some damage to this guy. Come on now. Oh yeah, I shouldn't have made the banner black, actually. It makes no sense, because now at the top of the screen you just see a black bar and it actually doesn't... Oh, I think I made that mistake in the past. Oh well, never mind. I can always change my banner color, I think, somehow. I'm not entirely sure, but there you go. There's a victory for us right there. Not too bad. My Imperial recruit actually did manage to survive, amazingly enough. And we have also enabled death as well. I don't know whether you noticed that, but we did enable death too. So in battles, companions and hero units have the ability to perish. And that's just adding even more insult to injury if we have a particularly bad time of things. All right, so what I want to do as well is I want to do a little bit of trading. So let me just have a quick look and see exactly what's going on with our stats. All right, so I did make a little bit of a test character earlier because I wanted to see how the new player experience is in this version of the game. And I managed to get 40 in riding skill with that randomly generated character. And this time I have 20 in tactics and 20 in roguery, as well as 2 focus points in each. This is obviously the, shall we say, kicking you while you're down sort of thing, because tactics and roguery are both 52% and 50% implemented as of this version. So you can quite clearly tell that these are not really going to be as effective as... as potentially other perks might be, but that just makes it even harder for me. So I guess that's fine. I don't really mind too much, and I'm actually going to be improving trade skill for the most part. I would like to try and get trade skill leveled up as fast as we possibly can, because no doubt you're wondering, am I going to utilize the smithing mechanics in the game? Well, that depends. If the smithing mechanics... Oh, wait a minute, don't want to fight 7 looters. I don't think we could beat 7 looters, to be honest. But yeah, that depends very much on whether the prices of the weapons have been normalized or not. If they have been normalized and they are now, you know, able to be sold for a reasonable amount rather than, you know, being extremely easy to sell over and over again for hundreds of thousands of gold, then obviously we might do a little bit of it. You know, we might, if a weapon is going to sell for, oh, I don't know, 5,000 or something like that, then I think that's pretty decent. If it has, of course, taken us a little bit of time to make it, then that's obviously, in my opinion at least, perfectly acceptable. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to buy some grain. I'm only going to buy a little bit because, of course, we've got to bear in mind I have 33 days until no food. Now, obviously, I've got to get used to playing without Bannerlord perks, because Bannerlord perks consolidates this value into a day number rather than a number of consumable items. And as you can see, we have 6 consumable items, but it lasts us for 33 days, which is pretty considerable. And we're going to be recruiting some more units here. That is nice. I could participate in the tournament, but I think tournaments at the moment are probably not going to be that lucrative for me. And we do have a... oh, this guy could be recruited. Are you serious? Okay, I'm actually not sure. What does he become? Right, he can become... oh, yes. Okay, so he can become Vlandian noble units. Okay, so Vlandian nobles are fantastic. They're very good at what they do. And it is going to require disciplinarian for me to be able to even get them to that point. So it's highly unlikely I'll be able to get that anytime soon. And as a result, I will probably be selling our prisoners for 12, even though the roguery skill is just terrible at the moment. I mean, it's only 50% implemented, and well, that's kind of sad. It would be really cool if we could utilize it to the fullest, but unfortunately that will not be the case this time around. We might be doing a little bit of raiding as well, but obviously we're going to need much more than we currently have in terms of troops. And these, look at the grain. The grain prices here are absolutely insane. If you'll excuse the expression of rhyming. Yes, how wonderful is that? Yeah, so 14 cost for grain in this area. And I bought these for like 9 or something like that. So let me see what's happening here. All right, so I have 826. I should be able to buy some horses for a decent amount. So I'm going to buy one Sumpter horse just so that I can increase my carry capacity a little bit. And then we're just going to continue onward. As I said, I would like to join the Azariah, and I'd like to use their units if at the time they are doing all right, because as you can no doubt tell, Regea's army is just having an absolute field day with them so far. Now, I would like to also do a little bit of fighting, a little bit of questing here and there, so I will be attempting to speak to some people in these places, for example. But ooh, they've added an option called Quick Talk. Okay, that's cool. I like that. But yeah, training troops, I don't really like that particular mission, so I probably won't be doing that. But let's have a look here. Ooh, dates are actually pretty nice, as you can see. I can actually sell dates for a decent profit. So I will buy 10. I will buy 10 of those, and we'll see if we can sell them maybe in Razi for maybe a little bit. Not entirely sure. But we'll hopefully get a decent return on that. So let me have a look. 12. That's not good. That is not good at all. However, the horse, I actually purchased this horse for 79, and it is actually selling for a little bit more here, but obviously it's not really worth it in my opinion. So we'll just keep the dates as a way for us to feed ourselves a little bit. We do have these looters here. These guys, they're probably... Come on now. Do you want to fight me? Nah, see, I was wanting to get them involved with this vassal here so that we could potentially take advantage of the vassal being in the area. Let's just recruit some more units. Hello, looters. Come over here, looters. You will be attacking. Yes, you will be attacking whether you like it or not. Thank you. It seems like they're running away very, very steadfastly at the moment. All right, here we go. Let's do it. It's 12 against 6. This should be an extremely easy fight for us, but obviously, well, we don't really know. We don't really know how it's going to be. So, what kind of things do I have here? Seems like we have relatively similar formations. Obviously, most of my people do not have shields, so using shield wall is basically pointless in my opinion. And we're going to see if I can maybe do some damage. I really do need to do some damage. That's the thing. I do need to do some damage, because if I don't do damage, I'm going to end up losing almost all my units, and I am still not doing any damage. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm always terrible on newly created characters, because I'm not used to the whole low proficiency thing. I need to get much better, much faster. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh well, never mind. We ended up losing 2 units, which is not that bad, because we do get to take one of them prisoner, which is of course going to enable us to sell them, and we do get some much needed hand armor, I guess, a little bit. Oh, we get some beer as well. The beer is actually going to be selling for quite a decent amount. And you know what? We need to keep an eye on the various towns and things in the area around here, because if we can do that, that's going to allow us to then swoop in and say to them, hello, would you like some grain? And then we'll just give them some grain, of course. That's generally a really, really good way to level up your trade skill, hopefully as fast as you possibly can. We're now going to just sell the remaining little bit of armor that we got, 156. That's pretty decent, actually, for such early on in the game. And we're going to continue onward. Oh, we got some salt here as well. Let's see if we can maybe... I mean, I'm getting trade rumors by walking around here as well. Do bear that in mind. Okay, so there's grain here. Yeah, I have nothing on these things. Oh, we could buy salt. Salt apparently appears to be quite cheap here. So should I spend 310 gold on 10 salt? I guess I will. I bought it for 31 per one. So you know what I'm going to do now? I'm actually going to go back to Danustica because as far as I'm aware, I seem to remember that Danustica was always a relatively good town to go to sell stuff at. So I'm hopeful that it will be relatively similar this time as well. Okay, so let's have a look here. Hold control to level up all. I guess I will be... You know what? I'm actually going to go for Imperial Archers, because I personally feel like archers are going to be much more significantly useful this early on, because if we can kill the opponent before they even get to us, then we're obviously making much more efficient kills than we would be otherwise. And I think that makes all the difference with maintaining your army size, as it were, because obviously at the moment I'm just trying to level up my clan as fast as I possibly will want to, and I do need to get 50 renown to be able to do that, and we're gaining about 0.5 to 1 every single time we go into one of these fights. Obviously the larger army I have and the size of the enemy of course has a little bit of a dependence on that. And we're going to be fighting these forest bandits. At least I will try to get into a battle with them. Seems like the Southern Empire has taken Shibal Zumra Castle, and the Aserai are trying to take it back, which is absolutely fine. If they want to do that, then they can. And we are moving how slow? 3.73. Ah, there we go. Never mind. Apparently we caught up with them. Should I do an auto-resolve? That is the thing I'm asking right now, because I have no idea whether that is going to result in anything good. I will try it, but I will be limiting myself from doing auto-resolves in, shall we say, dicey situations, because I don't want to be taking an easier way out, so to speak, by auto-resolving and then potentially avoiding death, if you know what I mean. So you don't have to worry about that at all, because I know that in general, if I auto-resolve, it completely removes me from the battle completely, and that nullifies the entire point of the Ironman challenge, which is of course to put myself into harm's way and to see how I deal with all those kinds of situations. So let's see what we can do here. This is 5 looters. Usually not really going to be able to do too much to me, but you never know. We'll see what happens. All right, going to try and do a little bit better this time. I need to get a better spear, to be honest. Getting a better spear would probably be advantageous. Oh, nice. That was a nice hit right there. Oh, I think he's dead already. I think he died because we have archers and they were able to pick him off. That was actually really nice. Nice. Oh, there we go. A little bit of extra damage right there. Maybe I should just get out my thrown weapons. My thrown weapons are actually really cool. Oh, where the sun don't shine. That's going to hurt tomorrow. I mean, well, never, because he's dead, but still. That is going to hurt. Okay. Hello. Almost. He almost got me. He almost got me. I gotta give him props for that. Gotta give him absolute props for that. I really thought I was dead there for a second, because my horse is obviously not as fast as I am used to. Because when you're playing in these late game situations in an advanced fashion with a character that you've been playing for months, you get a little bit more used to how they handle, and in comparison this guy feels completely different. So yeah, there's also that. Okay, so now I'm going to be making my way over to Danustica. Thankfully we didn't have to chase those guys too much, and hopefully I will restore myself as time goes on. I still have, well, I actually did spend that in trade, didn't I? Yeah, I spent that in trade. Well, that's absolutely fine, because we are going to be selling the salt now, hopefully for a profit. Remember, it was 31 per one. So let's see how much we can actually sell it for here. 22! Oh, are you serious? I can actually sell it at an Azarai town for more, which is actually hilarious. Okay, well, that's not something I'm terribly terribly wanting to do, to be honest, but maybe I will have to. I mean, it is actually a slight profit. It is actually a slight profit. So if I do go over there, bear in mind that it is, of course, a very old trade rumor, so it might not even make sense for me to do it, but we'll see. All right, let's have a look. Yeah. Okay, so this is actually pretty decent. I'm going to do it just because I took a bit of a risk actually even buying that stuff. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to see... I can buy that at Razzie for 13, and then we could sell it here for 23. That's actually a pretty decent profit. That's 500. We're getting trade skill as well now, as you can see. We're now back up at 776. And if I buy dates at a somewhat decent price, so if I go over here and go to the villages and things, and if I buy dates at a price that's lower than, what was it now, 24? Weren't they buying it for 24? I think they were buying it at 24 at least. If I can buy it for something a little bit less, then that's obviously going to be fantastic. Of course, while I'm doing these kinds of trades, I'm on the lookout consistently for bandits and a variety of other scum and villainy so that I can potentially attack them and see what we can do. Okay, so there we go. We've got dates. Okay, so they sell for 24. They sell at Danustica for 30. Right. Okay, but Razzie apparently has cheaper dates? Is that true? Because the trade rumor, that's what that said. So maybe I should check it out and see what's exactly going on here. Where are the dates? I don't see any dates. I don't see any dates at all, actually. Well, apparently they don't have any dates. Apparently someone bought them. Maybe a caravan came through here and bought them all or something like that. But you can see here that this fish is actually selling for a pretty decent amount. It's almost double the amount of money, which is quite fantastic. Is there anything else here that I can maybe double my money on? Ooh, oil is doing quite well, but not as well as the other things. Salt is also selling pretty decently still. What about leather? Oh, hello there. All right, this is fantastic. This is tripling our money right now. Tripling our money, and it is 31. So let's see. Does the price go up that much? It doesn't, but we've got to bear in mind that there are diminishing returns when it comes to selling things. So let me buy 15 of these, and we're spending 465. I'm going to buy some fish. I'm going to buy 10 of that, and there we go. All right, so hopefully that's going to work out quite well for us. We're going to go to that town once again. Hopefully the trade rumor will not end. Hopefully, you know, the trading prices will remain the same. Cross fingers. That is basically all we can do at this point. We just have to cross fingers and hope, because I am putting pretty much the entire run at stake by doing this, because if I end up having no more money, then I have to rely on winning battles, and that is never somewhere you want to be. You never want to be relying on winning battles in those kinds of situations. No, the leather is fantastic. Look at this. Ooh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Sell all of that. Look at that. 805 just for the leather alone. That's really good. And now we can also sell the fish, and that has given us over 1,000 gold. Oh, perfect, perfect, absolutely great. And we also have some grain here. Look at that. You can buy grain at Danustica for 9 and then sell it for 23 here. And look at my trade skill going up. Look at the trade skill bonuses. That is insane. All right, so we're going to, once again, I'm going to be leveling up trade skill. I'm literally just going to be leveling up trade skill right now. That is generally the way that I am going to play this for the moment. And obviously, I started off with a character that is significantly at a disadvantage in pretty much every way, and that's quite quite amusing to me, actually. It's quite amusing to me because usually I'll pick stuff that is going to be in keeping with what I want to do with that character. Usually I'll do something like, you know, I want to use polearms. Okay, I'm going to get a huge amount of polearm skill, you know. I want to use a massive two-handed and cleave people, you know. Then I will definitely try to get as much two-handed weapon proficiency as I can get, in terms of focus points, that is, of course. And, well, this time around I didn't do that. I just did it completely randomly, and this might be a bit difficult. This is going to be difficult, no matter whether we like it or not. We only have 3... Really? Only 3 archers? I thought I leveled up a couple more archers. Okay, apparently not. Okay, well, this is going to be problematic. Actually, wait a minute. Are some of my people still knocked unconscious? I don't think they are, to be honest. Okay, I've got to be very careful here. Oh, nice damage. Nice damage. Okay, come on now. Oh, that was some good damage too. Not too bad, not too bad. Don't get hit too much. Don't get hit too much. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to try and come in from behind here. Nice. Oh, 96 to the head. Okay, that is perfect. Now, we've got to realize, by the way, in these kinds of challenges, every single little bit of damage helps in these early fights. Because anytime I can reduce the amount of hits that my units are taking, the better. That is pretty much it. You know, we just need to make sure. Oh, murdered. That guy was not expecting that. Not one bit. He was like, this guy's gonna miss. Point blank, we know how effective he can be. And there you go. We actually ended up achieving something there, amazingly enough. And look at that, we gained some prisoners. Okay, that's pretty cool. And I seem to notice something, actually, by the way. It seems to me like looters are not dropping as many weapons. Have you noticed that? It seems like I've only gained 1 pitchfork so far, and that's it. So I assume the developers of Bannerlord might have done something to reduce the amount of smithing materials you might gain from just purely fighting bandits and then smelting those weapons down. It might very well be they're trying to balance the whole smithing thing, which is fine. I think that that's a perfectly fine thing to do, because it was the case where you would probably be having a couple of issues with, you know, smelting a huge amount of stuff and then making the most amazing weapons and selling it for massive gain. But yeah, anyway, we took a little bit of a detour, so it might very well end up that we are not going to sell these things for as much. Yeah, grain is... Wait a minute. I can buy salt here. No, wait, what was I actually checking? Grain, yes. I actually wanted to buy grain here and then sell it at the town that I just came from. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Ooh, fish also sells pretty decently here, but I could buy it much better at Razich. As you can see right there, it's 14, and I can sell it for 36, which is actually amazing. Is there anything else here, though? That's the point. There's so many different options. I mean, oh, here we go, here we go. Hello there. I will be buying 10 wool, and we'll be buying quite a lot of grain, because it's super cheap, but I now need to buy another horse, because I don't have enough space. Oh dear. I don't have enough carry capacity. Oh, that is a pitiful way to go, is it not? Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let me see here. Is there anything else that I want to go for? Because I'm pretty sure the grain is going to diminish in price very quickly. So that's something that we've got to keep an eye on. Salt is not really needed. Cotton. Cotton sells for massive amounts as well. We're tripling our money on this thing. Okay, I will buy quite a lot of it. We can sell fur at Razich for 218 even. Okay, I will buy... Oh, I can't even buy 5 of these. That is actually a crime. That is a crime putting this in front of me right now. Okay, I will buy 2 of them. I will buy 2 of them. Yes. Hello, good sir. Yes. What is your best deal? Oh, I will buy 2 of those. Yes, very good. Okay, so let's go over here real quick. We're just going to sell our grain, not all of it, of course, because we do need to eat. But yeah, we're going to do a little bit of that. And we're also going to, I think we're going to sell cotton here. Yes, we're going to sell cotton here for a decent amount. Not going to sell the fur. We're going to sell the wool here, I think. We could sell it at Razzie for 55, actually. Wool sells for much better at that town. So we're just going to keep that. And we'll sell the arrows. That's the thing. I might actually become an archer, so it might be good to keep that kind of stuff. So I'm actually just going to sell the grain here. And you can see how much money we're already making, just literally from that. I'm going to keep, we've got 7 days worth of food, so I think that's pretty decent. And as you can see, we still have the wool and we still have the fur still remaining in our inventory. So this is going to work out supremely nicely. I'm still, again, on the lookout for enemies that we can fight. We're going to get some more Imperial archers. You'll get some more Mamluk soldiers. They're going to level up into Mamluk axemen or Mamluk regulars. I would prefer to wait until we have a horse that can level those guys up, because let's face it, we definitely want to get those guys leveled up into cavalry. They're going to be very, very powerful at that point. You can see here, however, that Sumpter horses do not count as horses in this case, which is actually kind of sad, but that's just how it is. Desert horses are going to be extremely expensive, so we are going to probably need to go into Khuzait territory to acquire those. They're going to be very cheap over there. And I'm actually thinking, isn't there a village really close by that sells horses? No, that's iron ore. Now that reminds me, I do need to go and get some iron ore and get into the iron ore trade. That's going to be much, much better. And of course, we're going to also get a little bit of variety in the amount of bandits and stuff that we have to fight over there too. Also, we do, yeah, there's the steppe horse village over there. And also we do need to get some quests and things like that too, to be able to maximize the amount of relation that we're getting with various sources. But bear in mind, I have no mods, so I can't see where quests are unless I actually go into the village itself. So, for example, this guy, extortion by deserters. Deserters are extorting from the villagers and have killed several who resisted. I probably don't have the ability to actually win that fight, so I won't be doing that at the moment, but I'm on the lookout for those. I'm on the lookout. Anytime we can find something like that. For example, escort merchant caravan. No. Gang leader needs weapons. No. All of these quests are very, very cool, and I would highly recommend checking them out if you haven't done them before. But for me specifically, they're just not going to work out too well. Okay, so I'm going to sell the wool now just to offload it, and we're going to sell that as well. So there you go, we get 600, and we gained 1 skill point because it just was not that much in terms of profit, unfortunately. Let me see if I can get some more troops. There we go. And then we're going to head onward. And we're going to try and get a couple more trade rumors, because you never know. Maybe it would be a good idea to do that. And we're going to keep an eye on various things going on in the area. For example, this particular village is being raided. Let's see if there are any towns under siege. It's, in my opinion, quite unlikely that you'll see any sieges this early on in the game, but you never know. You never know. There might very well be something going on there. All right, so let's go into Hubyar, see what the prices are like. Ooh, you can actually buy horses for a very cheap price indeed. I'm going to buy a couple. Oh, actually, that's a bit too much. A bit too much. I just want to buy 2 of each, I think. That's 248. That's pretty decent. And you can still sell grain at that other town for a pretty decent sum. So it might be something that we want to go for. Dates, sell at Danustica for a decent amount too. And you can tell, by the way, whether something is below average in terms of its cost by the green number. Do you see that green number right there? That determines whether it's a good price. If it was red, then I would definitely warn against it. Let me see if I can actually find something that's red so that it gives you an idea. This is actually pretty good. That's not too bad. Can sell that at Razzie for double, almost. That's not too bad. Ah, oil. Can sell that at Danustica for 145. That is pretty insane. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything here that is actually in the red at the moment. Ah, there we go. Leather. So as you can see here, that is a red number, so it's probably not a good idea to buy that. And anything that is just a normal yellow number, that basically determines that it's just average, just normal pricing. So I'm thinking we'll probably buy some oil. That's going to be quite expensive. All right, so this is actually going to be my first time using the quick talk option, and I'm very wow, okay, that was really fast. Yeah, I like that. All right, that's much better than it used to be. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 10 desert horses to sell in Danustica, and that is exactly what we will do, because I need to go to Danustica anyway to sell this oil, and it just makes all the sense in the world in my opinion. Okay, so technically, as far as I'm aware, there is a small amount of, shall we say, jiggery-pokery that you can do in these situations with the Deliver the Herd quest. Basically, what you can do is you can sell, as far as I'm aware, you can sell half of the product that you're given, and then you can pretty much just say, oh, you know, I still have half, and then the guy at the destination ends up giving you exactly the same amount of cash, but you've also gained the money from selling half of the resource, whatever it may be, whether that's cows or horses or whatever. Okay, so what's this? Find prisoners to use in his mines as manual laborers. Wait a minute, do I have some prisoners? I have 7. Does he need 7? If he needs 7, then that's actually fantastic. Oh, and look at this. We now all of a sudden have some horses, because obviously I have some of those desert horses. All right, well, we leveled up one of those guys at least, and let's see how many he needs. How many do you need? How many? Oh, you need 9 of them, you scoundrel. Okay. What's this? You're on a job. Okay, wait a minute. It's a different guy. Speaking to us. He doesn't need to pay us a living wage if he can do the work with prisoners. Please, break your agreement. You don't have to do this. Wait a minute. I understand your concern, but I made an agreement. How about I share the profit with you and your people? That's actually really nice. I like how they have added in additional options for these quests, because it used to be that you'd basically be like, okay, well, there's option A, which is bad for this guy, and then there's option B that's bad for the other guy. But I like this. Yeah, why not? I'll share the profit with you and your people. That sounds good to me. We've increased our relation. Hopefully the relation does not go down with the other guy. And he says this is not what we want, but it's better than nothing. So it's not really the best situation to be in, but in my opinion, it's the best I could do, because I'm kind of wanting to play this particular character as someone that kind of upholds every single thing that he does, as much as he possibly can, at least. So it really depends on what you want to do, because obviously if you're trying to roleplay an honorable fellow, then, you know, upholding your word in an agreement like this is probably quite important. But obviously if you're someone that just executes everyone, then you don't need to do that. Oh, hello. Oh, okay, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Okay, so grain is 25 here. Yeah, of course it is. The price of grain is going to skyrocket exponentially in that town over there. So I'm going to head over to Danustica's little trade area here. We're just going to sell the oil, because apparently someone's eaten it. Do you notice that? Didn't I buy 5? No, I think I only bought 3. Never mind then. Okay, so you can see here, look at this. This is some insane pricing right here. Oh yeah, this is some insane pricing. So what we're going to do is I'm also going to be selling a couple of the desert horses. So I'm just going to sell 3 of those. And then we're going to be buying a lot of grain. And I'm talking about a lot of grain. So let's try to just nullify the amount of profit that we gained, just to get about 100. So we're trading oil and some horses for about 800 gold's worth of grain, which I think is pretty decent. Okay, so actually I wanted to go here. Okay, deliver the herd to Danustica. I need to speak to who? Morinon the brewer. Okay, Morinon. There he is. Okay, quick talk. There we are. Okay, so about the task. All right, 6 head of desert horses is all I have now. And there you go. Well, in any case, it is better than nothing, I suppose, and he gives us 400 gold, which is what he would have given us for the total amount of horses, and I just wanted to be careful not to reduce it all the way down to 5, just in case there was a little bit of a problem. Ah, so now there's 8 looters, which will probably go over there. Oh, dear. He's already gone in. Okay, I'll just do an auto-resolve. Unfortunately, they both died. Oh, look at that. We plundered. Ugh. Okay, hopefully I will actually get a little bit luckier in regards to getting involved in a battle with some looters. Ooh, here we go. Wow, big armies fighting against each other. That is perfect for me. I'm going to be heading in here and doing more trading. And bear in mind that, look at this now. Oh yeah, I just bought that grain for, what was it now? 9? Yes, 9 per one. And now I am going to be selling it for 23 per one. Actually, well, obviously it's going to depreciate over time, but look at that. 1,500 gold is going to be my reward for this. And we're also now just going to take a quick look at anything that I might be able to trade at Danustica. For example, these dates. I can actually buy dates at Razich for 21, which is actually much cheaper. Oil is apparently very good at Danustica still. Leather is pretty good at Danustica, so I think I'll go over there and just sell that. And I'm just going to make sure that we know what we're doing here. Pottery is not so good. Velvet can sell at Razich for 254. Yes, I will buy all of that. And what else do we have? Yes, no. Okay, that is absolutely fine. Okay, great. Perfect. So we are going to take the leather to Danustica. We're going to sell that first. Might buy some more grain, dependent. And then we'll sell the velvet at Razich. And I'm still getting a very considerable sum from that. So now we're basically rolling right now. We're rolling very, very nicely toward some pretty decent gains and a nice amount of cash that we're gaining over time here too. So now all I need to do is level up my forces and try to continue capitalizing off these various wars that are going on here. Now also sell the leather. There we are. A little bit more there. And we also now have a perk. There we go. 15% decrease in sell price penalty for equipment. Yeah, don't really care about that too much, but I do care about this. This is the thing that I am mostly going to be concerned with, because in the early game, especially when money is at a premium, you're going to need to scrimp and save for the most part, unless you are very confident in your own combat abilities. I'm obviously not, so I'm taking a safer route, especially considering it's the Ironman challenge. I don't really want to perish this early on, thank you. That would be a pretty bad start, wouldn't it? Yes, pretty bad start. But, you know, it happens. It happens. And otherwise, I'm going to be on the lookout. I'm hoping that there's some... Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Some looters out of the middle of nowhere. Perfect. Come on now. Let us attempt to slaughter you. And bear in mind, I still have 7. So I need to capture at least 2 of these guys to be able to complete that quest. I have 25 days to complete this. Oh, okay. That is actually very... shall we say, very nice of them. It's very nice of them to give me 25 days to complete that, because I was expecting it to be like 7. Finally, all right, we finally got into a battle with this guy. It took a long time to actually do that because, well, let's face it, we do not have the fastest party in the world at the moment. Okay, let's go for some Well, this is terrible, isn't it? This is an absolutely awful place to be. Positioning is pretty awful. Our archers are really not going to be able to do that much as a result. Oh, nice. Wow. That is significant damage right there. Already. And maybe we can get our archers to do something? Come on, guys. They have no shields. Surely you can be a little bit effective. At least initially. Come on. Okay, well, let me just tell my people to charge in now. Hopefully we will get at least 2 prisoners from this. Yeah, there we go. I've seen exactly what we needed. I think it's 2. Yep. There we go. Exactly what we needed to complete the quest. Fantastic. There you go. We now have 9. And oh, look at that. We're actually getting a couple more weapons for some potential smelting. I'm actually kind of interested to see what the smithing mechanics are like now, because obviously beforehand they were, well, imbalanced for the most part, but it's going to be cool to see if they have changed at all. All right, look at this. Wow. Look at that. 185 per one. Boom. 635. That is looking really nice. Oh, wow. You can actually buy grain here for a pretty significant profit too. You can also buy... you can buy fish, do relatively similar stuff. Oh, dates sell for a pretty decent amount. They almost triple the money. No, yeah, I'm thinking, what about oil? No, oil's not doing so well at Danustica anymore. Alright. Yeah, I'm actually not sure what to take now at this point. Probably nothing. I mean, I'll probably take some grain just in case, but I have a huge amount of it. I should have actually sold the grain at that other place, but I forgot about that because I was looking for looters. Never mind. Okay. The one thing that I do need to do though is go into the smithy. And let's just see. I can't smelt anything just yet because I don't have any hardwood, so I will need to buy at least 1 or 2. So let's buy 2 hardwood. We're really scrimping here, aren't we? Yes, exactly. Okay, so we need to get charcoal. There we go. And then we can do this. Oh, they've added a little bar there that shows you how much stamina you have. That's cool. I like that. All right, so now we can get a little bit more. Yes, we are definitely scrimping here, are we not? Okay, let's go for another one of those. There we go. And now I can basically do this if I want to. So yeah, so now... Oh my. Yeah, probably should have bought a little bit more, shouldn't I? Yes, a little bit more hardwood. It's so expensive though. It really is quite expensive for what it is. I actually misclicked there for a second. Okay, there we go. And let's just refine a little bit more. There we are. All right. So let's see what can I make? Is there anything I can make right now? Highly unlikely, right? Oh, look at that. Oh no, wait. I can actually make this sword right now if I want to. This is basically the only thing that I have available to me, I believe. Yes, this is pretty much the only thing I have available to me right now. Yeah. Is it just me or have they added more grips? I'm not sure. Have they added more grips? It seems like it. More pommels? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. It seems like there's a massive selection in comparison to what they used to be. Anyway, I'm just going to increase the size. I'm missing this. I'm missing wrought iron. Is that because I increased the size? Does that actually make a difference now? No, it does not. It was always like that, apparently, and I just didn't notice. Well, that's actually a shame. What about this? No, this also makes no difference whatsoever, so changing the blade makes no difference. Okay, so I need 1 more wrought iron. Is there any wrought iron in... No, of course there wouldn't be. Okay, so what if I buy something like a wooden hammer or something like that for like... What if I buy 2 of these? No, we can't really do that because it's just going to give me literal wood, isn't it? It's just going to give me literal wood. That's what I've discovered in the past at the very least. Yeah, it just gives me literal wood, which is really... It's fine, but it's obviously not great. I could make wrought iron by doing this, but then I don't have enough crude iron to be able to make that work. But then I could get crude iron from the wrought iron if I wanted to, so I guess we could do this. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to need some more weapons. I'm going to need some more weapons to make that work, because otherwise I'm just going to be, you know, faffing around with a huge amount of shuffling, and it's just going to be terrible. So we're just going to go back to the little quest here, and we'll speak to this guy. There we go. About the task you gave me. I brought you a few men. Okay, yeah. There they are. Let's do that. There we go. Here's all I've got. There we go. Okay, fantastic. 225. 225 gold. I think that's more than what I would have gotten for selling those looters to the tavern, I think. Yeah, I think it is, actually, by a pretty significant amount. Now, this guy also needs animals. I'm not entirely sure what that means at the moment. Okay, what do you need? Wow, that's actually extremely... Wow, that is very, very good. That price is very nice. Okay, yes. Maybe I should send one of my men to find the animals you need? No, I'm not going to do that. I think a man who knows how to trade alongside 7 fighters can get the job done. Also, they will need 539 to buy the animals. No, I'm going to bring them myself. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah. That is going to be our next mission. We will be venturing into Crusade territory and attempting to acquire some Sumpter horses for a decent profit. I mean, price. Profit, price. Yes, whatever. But yes, we're going to try our best. And what do you think I should spend this focus point on? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, then by all means, give it a like. And otherwise, I thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time.